This is the carousel, the famous Santa Carla carousel, where we open up to our two rival games. Corey Haim, look at that, has a plaque right there. I'm so happy to see that. And he's like, and he gets right to this spot. This is where his car was. I don't know if they're ever referred to, but in the script they were referred to as the surf Nazis. So that leader of that rival game, they stole the comics, you know, and we were like, hey, you know, when the lights go out, you know, as just before our favorite security guard is about to be in the parking lot, the lights start going out. These are the lights. It's really freaking me out. Laughing Sal is pretty freaky. Like, look, she's like slapping me. Like,
I'm Jamison Newlander. I played Alan Frog, one of the Frog Brothers, in the 1987 cult classic movie, The Lost Boys. That's me, with Corey Feldman. By the time The Lost Boys came out, we all realized that we were taking a bit of a right turn for the vampire genre on an unexpected scenic detour through Neverland. Now, more than 35 years later, I'm on a mission to find and rediscover all the lost locations that went into making this amazingly cool movie. Welcome to Jamison Newlander's Lost Locations, Searching for the Lost Boys.
so here we are, and you know, Haim's chasing Jason Patric, who's chasing Star, and they come right about to here, and this is where it was. This is where Kiefer was with his Lost Boys, and they were there, and Star gets on the back of the motorcycle, and they get they just ride off, and Haim's like, she ditched you. And they ride off this way like, and here's the carousel right here. It's right here. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Brooke McCarter. So people had said that it was there, and I even saw a picture of it, but I wasn't sure exactly where Brooke's plaque was, and so here it is. It says, in love and memory of Brooke McCarter, musician and actor, featured in The Lost Boys 1987. I'm really so, I don't know, just it's nice to see Brooke here. The whole thing is really sad that he's not with us, and of course Corey as well. We talked about that as well, and just you know, I miss them both. They were both a lot of fun, and you know, just think of them a lot when I'm here. The pirate ship, there it is. So I just wanted to, you know, acknowledge here what we've been discovering about this town, which is that they're using surfboards for everything, to like point directions, signs, and like in this case, these, I don't know, I wonder if maybe it's because they have all these extra surfboards because, you know, technology is always getting better, and they're like, what are we going to do with these surfboards? We'll use them for signs. But I think it's also that it's like it's a surf town. They're trying to keep the vibe. People come here, they're like, oh, let's use a surfboard to point you to a clinic or to a, you know, anything. So anyway, pretty cool. Originally, what I was thinking is that Tim was up there, but now that I think about it, from my vantage point, Tim would have been right about, I think he would have been right about there. So they must have created some sort of stage, now that I remember it. And it was like really trippy. Like there was a crowd, you know, there was a crowd, and it was like, it seemed like there was going to be this concert. And that's what Jason was even saying. Jason Patric was hanging with us a little bit too, actually, now that I remember, because he was like, between takes they played CCR. And he was like, well, I'm glad they're playing CCR between takes, because people came thinking they were going to go to a concert, and it was like 2 minutes, you know, or like even like 30 seconds of Tim being like, you know, doing this, and everyone was like hyped up, and then it's like done, and like, cut, okay, let's start again, let's go, you know. And so Jason was like, I'm glad they're playing some CCR between takes. You know, this is the spot where they were, you know, where we really see the love happen between them. We see that moment where, you know, Star is clearly troubled, you know, there's something about it, you know, she's looking for something else. She seems, you know, in with the wrong crowd. I'm not sure if we know that at that point, but I get a sense of it, maybe just knowing her character. And Jason, of course, like he's a new guy in this beautiful, I mean, they're both stunningly beautiful. I just saw the trailer again, the original trailer, and like, they're both like stunningly good-looking people. And they saw each other, and the love just sparked for them and for us. We fell in love with them, and we've been in love with them ever since. So anyway, so this part, basically like this. Jason and Jamie. This is where she does the. It was like. And there's something else I forget, but anyway. So this is where she's dancing and she sees Jason right here on these stairs. Pretty cool. Welcome to San Diego, California, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Till 2 Club. Why have we come to Till 2 Club on Friday night in San Diego? I'll tell you why. It's to see Mr. Tim Capello, sax guy, Tina Turner sax guy, the iconic man who people think of this man. They see him, they see his moves, and they think of the Lost Boys, or when they see the Lost Boys, they think of Mr. Tim Capello and his awesome moves. Well, I've come to watch your party. You ready? You ready to come with me and watch? Let's do it. It's something. Back to 1987, almost 40 years ago, and I am at the Warner Brothers studio lot, and I'm auditioning for the Gary Busey part in Lethal Weapon. You think I could have done it? Kind of a psychotic face, don't you think? I could have done it. But when I got to where I was going, there was this amazing song on the radio by a group named The Call. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Okay, so I'm listening and I'm writing down who it is, The Call, and the name of the song. So by the time I got into the audition, I was too late to read. It was a long song, and I was like 10 minutes late, and everybody was gone. But there were a few actors hanging around just talking about what the audition was like and whether they thought they did good. So I sit down and I'm shooting the shit with them. And while we're doing this, a guy I never met before comes by, takes one look at me and says, "You play with Tina Turner, don't you?"
Yes.
And I said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Come with me." He takes me by the hand, walks me down the hall, knocks on the door, opens the door, and who is at his desk but Joel Schumacher, the director of The Lost Boys. Joel takes one look at me and says, "Timmy, do you have a telephone?" Because I was on the road with Tina. I was out of the country. I came back just to do this. So he says, "Are you in this business at all? Do you have a telephone? Do you have a manager? What the fuck is going on? Would you like to sing and play a song in my next movie?" And I said, "You bet your ass I'd like to play a song in my next movie." Now, I gotta tell you, I was the second choice. The first choice was the group who wrote the song, named The Call. Okay? But because The Call
did not want themselves associated with any kind of vampires or any kind of horror or any kind of blood. They felt that that was going against the Christian religion. All right? But I am forever in their debt because it meant I got to perform my little 12 seconds in one of the greatest movies ever made. Now, you notice I did not say one of the greatest horror films ever made. You notice I did not say one of the best vampire movies ever produced. What I did say is that I had about a minute in one of the greatest motherfucking movies ever in the history of film. Let's do this shit.
shot the movie for like a bunch of days. You were on the set for that one day, or
just one day.
What was that like? I mean, what was it like working with Schumacher that one day?
You know what? You know enough to know that when they tell you how much time it's going to be, it's going to be at least 10 or 15 times longer than that.
So that's what happened?
No, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
We did it. We did one take of each thing. We were back in the van and had a party in Corey Haim's room by like 11:30. It took about 2 hours to film that whole scene.
That's awesome. That's Schumacher's efficiency.
Oh man,
You don't think you're pretty right?
we nailed it, baby.
You didn't make any mistakes?
No mistakes, no nothing. I think they might have gotten a second take just to have something to look for.
Right.
Just have something to choose.
He used to do that. He'd be like, "Great, we love it. One more."
That's just one more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is totally sensible and makes a lot. It just makes sometimes you get your groove a little bit on the second time.
Yeah, totally. And then you're freed up because you're like, "Oh, we have it already."
Most of the time they use the first one, but it's nice to have something to, even if it's for snipping in a little piece.
Right, exactly. All right,
so it was great. So we had a party in Corey's room. They called the cops.
I didn't get to party with the vampires with the older kids that much. I was one of the younger kids.
Right, you were one of the younger kids, but it was in Corey Haim's room, and
Corey Haim crossed over. He was able to party with the older kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And the cops came.
Wow.
Corey said, he looked at everybody and he said, "Watch this." He went over to the cops, opened the door, charmed the pants off of these two big burly cops, had them with their arms around them. And they were saying, "Well, now listen, if you could just turn it down just a little bit, that would be great, but you guys are having a good time, you work hard, we understand." And he said, "Oh, officers, thank you so much. I really appreciate it." He closed the door and went, "Crank it up."
That's brilliant.
That was Corey, man.
Totally pulls off the Eddie Haskell move, and then
Exactly.
and then comes back to be the coolest kid ever.
Exactly. And of course, I said to myself, if I had that talent, the world would be my oyster. But it turned out to be a double-edged sword. Because Corey could get anything he wanted out of anybody.
Right.
And when that turned to some things that he shouldn't have gotten, he could get them anyway.
Yeah, totally.
He could just charm the pants off of anybody.
Yeah, I saw that definitely. And by the way, we're on the eve of his birthday right now.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
What is it, 52?
Yeah, it would have been 52. Okay, good.
52?
No, exactly.
All right.
Pretty awesome. So happy birthday, Corey Haim.
Happy birthday, Corey Haim. We love you, baby.
We love you, Corey
We
Haim.
love you, baby. You will never, nobody like you will ever be seen on this fucking earth.
It's true. You're awesome.
And you know what? The brightest stars burn out the quickest, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Charlie Parker died at age 35.
Right.
So that just goes to show.
John
Belushi, Billie Holiday,
Yeah.
Lester Young, all my heroes.
Yeah.
So Corey Haim's one of them.
And now, speaking of heroes, I just want to say you just killed it tonight. You were so awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Always great to see you.
That's nice, man.
Totally.
I'm really glad.
Thanks for taking a second.
Thank you for coming by.
Definitely.
Man, that was like, you're my brother.
It's just I just feel like you're just such a nice guy and just such an awesome musician, and it's just, I don't know, it's just great to know you.
It was great to see you smiling. I go by you, you'd be smiling, dancing.
So great. Yeah, I love you.
You're a cool dude, man.
Awesome.
I love you.
Awesome, brother. You're the man. All right, so this scene is where Michael just bought his jack and he's starting to feel like, maybe he's going to have a groove around here. Hey, maybe he'll get himself an ear piercing. Why not? Let me check this out.
It's a rip-off.
And then Scott comes up and says that, right? So that's where this scene takes place. Pretty cool, right? So right here, this is right next to the boardwalk, right next to the ocean. And this bridge, it looks a lot like the bridge. And a lot of people think this is the bridge. Even from up here, it looks a lot like the bridge because this is like a train. You know, I don't think trains run this anymore, but it did. And this, in a lot of ways, could be the bridge. But guess what? It's not the bridge. The actual bridge we're going to take a look at in a future episode, it's actually not near Santa Cruz, the real bridge. It's down closer to LA. And so we'll check it out in a future episode. This is really cool that this is here, that you can at least get this feel of this. But, sorry, not the bridge.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching Lost Boys on the beach. Yeah.
You want to do that?
I'm sitting here watching Lost Boys on the beach. We're going to be at
Santa Cruz Boardwalk. It's the 100th anniversary of the Boardwalk this year.
Wow,
and,
100 years.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So a lot of times they do a screening there. I mean, well, every year I think that they do a screening. I actually went last year.
And I think it's the 33rd anniversary of Lost Boys, right? Is it 30?
Even more than that, it's
34?
38th.
38?
37th or 38th.
Where have I been? Anyway,
I know, exactly,
we're going to
like 5 years.
We are going to be in Santa Cruz that weekend, and that's the 14th of June and the 15th of June.
Yeah.
And there's a bookstore we're doing a thing at. Right?
Yeah, that's right. So on the 14th is the screening. The screening's at 9, but we're going to be setting up more like 7 kind of thing, because we're going to do meet and greet and autograph and sing a bit of Cry Little Sister and some other stuff.
Cry Little Sister. You're going to sing along with us, aren't you?
Yeah, because everybody loves to sing that song, don't you?
Yeah.
And so, but then on Saturday, we're going to be at Atlantis Fantasy World, which is the Frog Brothers comic book store.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting, right?
That'll be
Have
a
you
lot
ever
of fun.
been there?
I don't think I have, yeah.
So it'll be a first for
Santa
G.
Cruz the one time.
Yeah, and so we're going to be doing another signing there, and then also we're going to do a little acoustic concert, sing-along kind of thing.
Yeah,
Should be
we
a lot of
all
fun.
should just hang out and sing. That's what makes the world go round, and we can all sing together.
Yeah, a real sing-along.
Especially when you're in vampire country.
I know. So...
I say I'm sitting here watching Lost Boys on the screen. See you there.
All right, so even though this isn't the bridge, I thought I'd hang here for a second, just really get a feel for it. Whew.